Hello guys, it's me, Mr. M. Ray. Today there's no audience, well, live audience, but you don't hear them because they had to go. But we will teach no matter what. So today I'm teaching you circle geometry. And I'm going to teach you the 8 rules you need to know for GCSE further maths that will get you all ready. First rule I'm going to start off with is that a tangent and a radius meet at 90 degrees. What that means is that if I get a circle, that means that this line and this line, it's gotta be straighter than my line, but yeah. And this line will always meet at a 90-degree angle. That's one of the important things you need to know. And when describing it, you just have to say that it touches a single point on the circumference of a circle. It will make exactly 90 degrees with the radius it meets at this point. Second rule is that the perpendicular bisector of a chord passes through the center of the circle. Let me show you what that means as well. If we get our beautiful circle here again, wow. It's that the chord of a circle, you have to know what these mean. And because your own knowledge is what's going to get you through this. So that a chord is any line drawn across a circle. This is your chord. And no matter where you draw a chord, the line, your chord, will cut it exactly in half and will go through the center of the circle. That is your perpendicular bisector. So here is your center. This is your perpendicular bisector. And this is your chord. And these also make 90 degrees. These are also the same length because it's cutting it right in the middle. Okay, going through quickly this one. Third, the angle at the center of a circle is twice the angle at the circumference. This is pretty straightforward. You just have to know when you're talking about it. So if I have my triangle here, and this being the center of my circle, this means that if we label this as A, this is 2A. It's just that the angle subtended at the center of a circle is exactly double the angle subtended at the circumference of the circle from the same 2 points. So it has to be the 2 ends of the same chord. And angle subtended at is just a fancy word for angle made at. Fourth rule, the angle in a semicircle is 90 degrees. What it's saying is, if you have a circle, and if this is your center, and you have your semicircle here, means that if we were to draw a triangle like this, this angle will be 90 degrees. So what it's saying is a triangle drawn from the two ends of a diameter will always make an angle of 90 degrees where it hits the circumference of the circle, no matter where it is. So this is one example. Another example is this, and here the angle that's 90 degrees is going to be this. So it's pretty straightforward. Rule 5. Angles in the same segment are equal. Let me show you. Here. If we draw our chord here inside our segment, I'm gonna do this with pen because it's taking a bit long. You have here. These angles are there. It means that this angle x is going to be the same as this angle. Another example is here. Where this angle y is going to be same as this angle y. Now, also, the two angles on opposite sides of the chord, so say x and y, will always add up to 180. Remember that. So this and that will add up to 180. Sixth rule, opposite angles in a cyclic quadrilateral add up to 180. Let me do a quick sketch of that one as well. Should have had this ready beforehand. Here, here, here. Now my drawings aren't the best, but you get the idea. And let's label our sides as A, B, C, and D. Now what it's saying is that a cyclical quadrilateral, the four-sided shape with every corner touching the circle, both opposite pairs of angles will add up to 180. So A plus C equals 180, and of course B plus D equals 180. Moving on. Rule number 7, tangents from the same point are the same length. Now let me show you what that means. If you have your circle here, and you have two tangents here, and of course here, and you join these up to the middle. I'm just doing this as an example. It means that these two lengths are always equal. And of course, from our first rule, you know that these are 90 degrees. Not that one. But these two lengths drawn from an outside, so an external point here, will always be equal in length, as shown by these lines. And our last rule, rule number 8, the alternate segment theorem. Let me draw the example for this one, and we'll be done. And let me draw my chord and my tangent. What a beautiful tangent. That was sarcastic. And here, and let me show the other segment with my yellow highlight. Here. This is your one segment, and this is your other segment, divided by your chord. What it's basically saying is that the angle between a tangent and a chord is always equal to the angle in the opposite segment. This could be the angle made at the circumference by two lines drawn from the ends of the chord. So what it is this is your angle in the opposite segment, and this is your angle between tangent and chord. Obviously, this here being your chord. And yeah, I would say that this might be one of the harder rules to memorize. Also with number 5, just remembering that the two angles on opposite sides of the chord add up to 180. But yeah, then you'll be good to go. This is part 1. If you want how to do questions on circle geometry, I will release part 2 when I'm bothered enough. Yeah, you did it. Bye.